Hi, I'm Jammal. I am a certified English teacher, and you can find me on Preply as an English tutor, and pretty soon you can find me in Central America. I signed up to teach in English internationally because the learning of a lingua franca allows a broader exchange of ideas globally and offers opportunities for international trade to help lift disparate communities out of poverty. Recently, India's Union Home Minister Amit Shah made a point about how India's culture, history, and religion could not be really understood in foreign languages such as English. He even went so far as to say that the use of English carries a mentality of slavery, and that in that country, speakers of English would soon feel ashamed. Now, it's not clear whether he meant that there would be a radical erasure of English and that English speakers in India would be publicly and officially put to shame, or if he meant that English's dominance as a language would erase valuable aspects of Indian culture, and in that way, English speakers in India would feel ashamed. Though most of the responses I've seen from Indian people online disagree with him and recognize English as a valuable tool to communicate even across state lines where different languages are spoken, he does have a point that the proliferation of English as a lingua franca is inextricably tied to cultural and economic domination. We've seen the languages of Native Americans erased by English schools like Carlisle Indian Industrial School in Pennsylvania or the Chemawa Indian School in Oregon. And even in bilingual schools, English is often equated with prestige and superiority. Ruth Trainer from the University of Leeds notes in her paper, Let the Money Do the Talking, how economics has led to indigenous language loss, that when economic opportunities don't exist in a person's native language, the enthusiasm surrounding that language diminishes. For instance, Quechua speaking children in Peru admit to feeling ashamed about speaking their native language and turn to Spanish to hide as well as improve their economic conditions. She states that a language goes extinct roughly once every 3.5 months, in no small part due to the economic marginalization of indigenous peoples and around the world, as individuals abandon their native tongues for English, French, and Spanish. In order to preserve and promote linguistic identity, Captain Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, removed French as the official language while simultaneously administering the removal of French military presence in Burkina Faso. Besides these steps to reduce the influence of France and French, Burkina Faso is also bringing English language and Chinese programming to local televisions. Meanwhile, the United States declaration of English as the official language coincides with unprecedented mass deportations, demonstrating the connection between language and cultural identity. I personally want other languages to thrive as well. Though I'll be living in a Spanish speaking community, Spanish is not in danger of extinction, so strengthening my Spanish would mainly be an exercise for survival. But it may also support the students' self esteem because it is their first language. Maya Chorti is the language of the indigenous population from the land where I'll be working, but that group have been relocated and that language is no longer spoken there. So I do plan to try to learn some Garifuna. So, how does the global discourse about foreign languages affect us in our roles as international English teachers? We still have the goal of equipping students to improve their economic conditions, and English still allows the global sharing of ideas. So, do we accept our role in the extinction of indigenous languages? Is it up to the students to bring economic prosperity to their respective communities in order to preserve their national language or their native languages? How do you, as a foreigner, address the languages spoken around you? Put it down in the comments. Let me hear about it.